Recursive function in Python does not call itself out. The problem is formulated as follows. Write a recursive function that, given a string, checks if the string is formed by two halves equal to each other, i.e. s equals s1 plus s2, with s1 equals s2, imposing the constraint that the equality operator equals can only be applied to strings of length less than or equal to 1. If the length of the string is odd, return an error. I wrote this code in Python 2.7, that is correct. It gives me the right answer every time, but does not enter that recursive loop at all. So can I omit that call here? The expected results are true if the string is like ababa or false when it's like anything else not similar to the pattern, word.
This is a much simplified recursive version that actually uses the single char comparison to reduce the problem size. It has to be said though that, algorithmically, this problem does not lend itself well to a recursive approach, given the constraints.
Here is another recursive solution. A good rule of thumb when taking a recursive approach is to first think about your base case. This function will split the string into two halves, compare the first characters and recursively call itself with the two halves concatenated together without the leading characters. However, like stated in another answer, recursion is not necessarily an efficient solution in this case. This approach creates a lot of new strings and is in no way an optimal way to do this. It is for demonstration purposes only. Another recursive solution that doesn't involve creating a bunch of new strings might look like. However, as Atshoba Segal suggested, a recursive approach here is a bit clunkier than a simple iterative approach.